All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all honor, all glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to you brothers that are laboring and pushing this word in truth and sincerity and with charity. I'm the brother Abraham from the camp here in GMS Chicago, coming back at you with another lesson. This video is on this video that I watched yesterday. It's from Kim Iverson, YouTube channel Kim Iverson. The video is entitled Klaus Schwab Steps Down, but the WEF agenda marches on. All right, and Klaus Schwab, which we've all done many lessons and videos on, who's like the main guy in the WEF, which stands for World Economic Forum, which these guys are pretty much um, talk about the world affairs and how to better humanity and the world. So they want to um, go against climate change, right? They have the climate change agenda and their new world order where you would own nothing and be happy, right? So these are all devils, right? Council of the secret council of the wicked, okay? That are planning all these things, pretty much the image of the beast system that's getting ready to take place at the end of the day. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you listen. I'll see how far I get with this video. It's 12 minutes long. I don't think I will play the whole thing. But it's pretty good, so you should watch it on your own in case I don't get through the whole video. But I'm gonna go ahead and press play.
Klaus Schwab, the shadowy architect of the World Economic Forum, has finally stepped down. But don't exhale yet. The man who turned private jet powwows in Davos into a blueprint for global control isn't retiring quietly. His exit is a sleight of hand, a passing of the torch to sharper, hungrier wolves. The WEF, that unholy alliance of billionaires, bureaucrats, and technocrats, isn't just a think tank. It's a machine grinding down your freedom, your privacy, and your very humanity. And it's not slowing down, it's accelerating. So if you value your right to speak, to own, to move, to live without a digital leash around your neck, then you need to understand what Schwab's empire is, what his legacy has unleashed, and who's waiting in the wings to tighten the screws. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's a plan, documented, tweeted, and sold in glossy books, and it's coming for you. So let's rip the mask off. Who is Klaus Schwab? Well, Klaus Schwab isn't just a German economist with a mechanical engineering degree. He's the puppet master who, since 1971, has spent over 5 decades weaving a web of unelected power. The WEF started as a humble European business forum, but morphed into a global juggernaut, a cabal where presidents, CEOs, and central bankers kneel at the altar of Schwab's vision. Davos isn't a conference, it's a war room. There, the elite sip champagne, smirk about sustainability, and plot a world where you're a tenant in their digital fiefdom.
All right, and just want to bring out a scripture that comes to mind. You already know where I'm going. This is Revelations 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth. All right, which we know that's Esau, Edom, right? He's the one destroying the earth. But Salakia, this is the one I meant to grab Salakia. Um, yeah, this is specifically the one I wanted. Salakia. This is Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore, rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right? And that's why they are kind of rushing to get this thing going, right? To implement this new system. All right. the image of the beast, right, in Revelation 13, which is the new world order system in which to operate and live in this society and world that they are creating, you're gonna have to have that digital imprint on you, the charagma, all right, to function in that world. And if you don't, well, as the scriptures say, he shall be put to death, right? So that's the judgment to those that don't want to bend the knee to Esau, Edom, and his image, all right? So, back to the video.
Schwab didn't just influence the 21st century, he hijacked it. His WEF doesn't answer to voters or parliaments. It's a shadow government, a technocratic cartel that laughs at democracy. Every year, world leaders leave Davos parroting the same script: climate targets, public private partnerships, and the so called fourth industrial revolution. Sounds harmless? Well, it's a Trojan horse for control. You will own nothing and you will be happy. They even promoted this. Watch this.
Predictions for the world in 2030. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Whatever you want, you'll rent and it'll be delivered by drone. The US won't be the world's leading superpower. A handful of countries will dominate. You won't die waiting for an organ donor. We won't transplant organs. You'll eat much less meat. An occasional treat, not a staple, for the good of the environment. A billion people will. Sorry, I can't read that. We'll have to do a better job at welcoming and integrating whatever it is. Polluters will have to pay for carbon dioxide. There will be a global price on carbon. We'll be preparing. You could be prepared to go to Mars. Scientists will have worked out how to keep you healthy in space. The start of a journey to find life. Western values will have been tested to the breaking point. Checks and balances that underpin our democracy will not be forgotten. Right, this is a video that.
Okay, so that wasn't a meme. It was a WEF video from 2016, smugly predicting life in 2030.
Right, so that's pretty much how life's gonna be under their image of the beast system. All right, and the Apostle Rama is a beautiful lesson on just that, the image of the beast. What is it? All right. Also, the Elder Yashar Wamba did one recently as well about the mark, its image, and the beast. All right. Um, because America is all pretty much the fourth beast in Daniel, which is the Roman Empire revived. So that is what America is likened unto. America is the image of Rome, and this um, system is getting revived back to what it was. But they're only gonna get so far with their plans. All right. This precept came to mind as I was watching that clip. Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, right? So it said in that video that the US won't be the world's leading superpower, but a few countries will take the pretty much that high position, right? And that's the kings of the earth setting themselves in council together, right? And at the end of the day, they want to destroy and get rid of you Israelites, all right? They're not going to tell you that, but that's what they want to do. All right, it says, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision, right? Because as the scripture says, the deceived and the deceiver are his, right? The pride of this devil has deceived them. Okay, so they're only gonna go so far with whatever it is they have planned.
So picture this. You don't own your home, your car, or even your clothes. Everything's rented, your fridge, your furniture, your life, through subscriptions controlled by faceless corporations and AI. Need food? Scan your digital ID. Want to travel? Your carbon footprint says no. Step out of line? Your account's frozen. No appeal, no escape. This isn't progress, it's digital serfdom. The lords of Davos own the land, the data, the rules. You're a tenant in their algorithm, smiling because they told you to, all justified by saving the planet. Meanwhile, they jet in on Gulf streams, untouched by their own rules. So let's talk about the Great Reset. Well, COVID 19 was Schwab's golden ticket. In 2020, while you were locked in your home, masks muffling your voice, Schwab co authored COVID 19, The Great Reset. He called the pandemic a rare but narrow window to reimagine the world. Reimagine it how? Every transaction tracked, your coffee purchase, your late night X post, your charity donation logged in a digital ledger. Every move monitored. Smart cities with cameras on every corner, AI tallying your carbon score. Walk too far? Beep. Quota exceeded. Governments and corporations fused. No more pesky checks and balances, just one technocratic blob deciding what's essential. Schwab didn't whisper this in back rooms. He shouted it, published it, sold it. The Great Reset wasn't about health, it was about power, and they're still pushing. The fourth industrial revolution sounds futuristic, but it's a prison. It's AI deciding your prospects, biotech tweaking your body, and surveillance tracking your thoughts. The WEF has floated implantable microchips to monitor your health. So imagine a chip under your skin beeping when your blood sugar spikes
It's June, ain't no microchip.
or your social score dips. They've pushed digital IDs to access food, travel, or work. So forget your vaccine passport. Sorry, no groceries. Cash, obsolete.
Right, and the recent IUIC switch up again concerning the mark. Now that they're going with it being the chip, right? As they were breaking it down last time. How many times have they switched it up concerning the mark of the beast?
Central bank digital currencies, otherwise known as CBDCs, can be programmed to expire or block unapproved purchases. Say the wrong thing online, your wallet's off. This isn't convenience, it's a cage. Picture a
Right, so let's grab Revelations 13. Here we go. Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right? This other beast coming up out of the earth is America. And these two horns, right, represent that there are two political parties, the Democratic and Republican parties, which also goes back to Rome. Back in the Roman Empire, it was called the Patricians, and I forgot the other one. Salaki, I forgot. Right, but he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right, so pretty much a wolf in sheep's clothing is what it's saying, right? Because a lamb obviously is not threatening. Then you have a dragon, right? Which this word dragon goes back to the word dracon, which was famous. Dracon. Let's look up dracon. Refers to a dragon or serpent, particularly in the context of Greek mythology in the Bible, and its magnetic sound sometimes associated with Satan. The Bible in biblical texts. Um, Right. Draco is what I wanted. Draco or Dracon, according to Athenian tradition, was the first legislator in Athens in ancient Greece. He replaced the system of oral law and blood feud by the draconian constitution, a written code to be enforced only by the court of law. His laws were supposed to have been very harsh, establishing the death penalty for most offenses. Tradition held that all of his laws were repealed by Solon, save for those of on homicide. An inscription from 409 ABC contains part of the current law, refers to it as the law of Draco about homicide. Um, which also supposedly, right? So pretty much for very harsh laws and death penalty for most offenses, which that's what's gonna be like in this new system that they're going to implement. All right. So from there, let's get Revelations 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right. So this hour of temptation, that trial of our faith. All right. Um, who's gonna take that chip? And we know ultimately the elect are not gonna take that chip because they're written in the book of life. Okay, but we still have to play out that role. All right, play out, let the movie play out. So, however, it's gonna happen, but the elect are not going to take it. They're gonna keep the word of His patience. All right, the rest of the world, they're through. Right, they're through. All right, this is Revelations 2:10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." Right? So we're not supposed to fear anything that we are gonna suffer. Right? Esau can only do so much that the Lord allows him to do. All right, and some of us are gonna go into prison. We're gonna be tried there, right? It could be 10 days, it could be more, it could be less. But as the scripture says, be faithful unto death, man. Faint not to be strong unto the Lord. Fight for the truth unto death, and he shall fight for thee. Right? That's what the scripture says. And you will get a crown of life. All right, so let's go back to this video.
Single mother in Ohio, her CBDC account frozen because she missed a mandatory health check. Or a farmer in Kansas barred from buying seeds because his ESG score tanked after he criticized lab grown meat. These aren't hypotheticals, they're test runs already happening in places like China and Canada. Schwab's gone, but his throne's not empty. I want you to meet Peter Lebrecht. He is the interim WEF chair and former Nestle boss. This is the guy whose company argued water isn't a human right while bottling it for profit in drought stricken regions. He's not here to soften the WEF, he's here to streamline it. Nestle's playbook: privatize essentials, control supply, crush dissent. Then there's Borge Brende, the WEF's president and a Norwegian ex-minister. Don't let his mild manners fool you. He's a digital governance zealot, pushing ESG scores that let corporations play morality police. Your business doesn't align with WEF values? no funding, no contracts, no survival. Some other contenders include Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce, who wants every company's ESG score to dictate its fate.
Which they're all devils with bad, evil intentions, to control you, control the whole world. All right, because that's all that's left for them to do. They already have everything else. They got the riches. They have everything. All that's left is to have complete control over you and your life. All right, but our trust is in the Lord. All right, in these last days, which we are in the last days. Okay, our trust and our faith is in the Lord, not in this system, not in this world, not in Esau, not in this government. All right, the world outside of the elect, they're they're through, man. All right, so call Allah and Bashim Shai. Lord, in this video was edifying. All praises and honor and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Until the next time, Shalom.